Hey guys, welcome back to another DaVinci Resolve tutorial. I know it's been a while, but today we're going to be talking about color grading. However, unlike those other grading tutorials on YouTube that just goes on and on and on and on, we're going to try to keep things really simple. So stick around. First off, to color grade your footage, you have to first shoot your footage using a log color profile because it makes your footage flat, giving you more flexibility when you have to grade your footage in Resolve. And the reason for that is because it gives you more dynamic range. Now, for those of you who don't know what dynamic range is, it is basically the ratio between the brightest and darkest parts of your footage. So if I were to shoot without a log color profile, I would only be able to expose for either the brightest part of my image or the darkest part. But with a log color profile, because of that dynamic range, I'm able to shoot with both, right? And I'm able to grade it in DaVinci Resolve to give it a really beautiful, stunning, final image. Fun fact, by the way, did you know that the human eye has a dynamic range of around, I think, 30 stops, which is just crazy. I mean, that's far superior to any modern camera out there. Anyway, back to the tutorial.
There are a few different log profiles that you can choose from. I usually shoot in S-Log3 with my color mode set to S-Gamma3 Cine. If you want your settings like this, go to your camera menu. Head to the Exposure Color tab, then Color Tone, and choose Picture Profile where you'll see Picture Profile 7. This is usually where you'll find S-Log3. Then you can change the color mode to S-Gamma3 Cine. When you get the footage into Resolve, you simply head to the color section. Now, don't get intimidated. I've heard of so many people skipping the color section of Resolve because it looks too hard. The first thing you'll see is a node. And if you're not sure what that is, a node is basically a layer, just like you'd have in Adobe Photoshop. So, click the existing node and press Alt-S 3 times to create new nodes. One for your color correction, one for skin tone adjustments, and one for your CST or color space transform. The purpose of the CST is to basically convert your log footage to Rec. 709, which is a standard color space and brings your log footage to life by adding contrast and saturation. So, to add the CST, go to Effects, choose Color Space Transform, add it to the node, then head on over here where you'll select the input color space and gamma settings that you shot with. For me, I shot with the S-Log3 and S-Gamma3 Cine settings. Now, do some corrections that suit your footage. First, you could choose to add some contrast with a simple S-curve. Then adjust the lift, gamma, and gain parameters until you get it to your liking. Now, the skin node selected, let's create layer node, leaving the top node for your grade. This way, none of your grading for the rest of the scene will affect the skin. Go to the qualifier tool and click over the skin until it's all selected. Use Shift H on your keyboard to see the selection, and use these sliders to adjust your selection if needed. You can also use what is called a power window over the skin to refine your selection so that your skin adjustments won't affect any other part of the shot. And then you can adjust the softness, adjust the size, bring down the opacity a bit, and also use this denoiser to refine your adjustment, softening the edges of your selection. Then hit Shift H again to revert to your normal mode, and use your log wheels to adjust the skin as necessary. Now you don't want to overdo it either, because then you'll end up with something like this. What you're basically trying to do is keep your skin tones along this line of your vector scope. Usually, what you'll see here are waveforms under the scopes panel, but if you click here, then select vector scope, and then head to the settings and click show skin tone meter, which is this line here. That's going to show your skin tones. If you go outside of that line, see what happens? It starts looking really weird. So just do some minor adjustments so that it looks as natural as possible. What I notice as well is if you do a playback, you'll see that your power window does not move with the selection. So what you have to do there is click this tracker so that Resolve will track forward with your selection. Just check this. Seems to be okay. Now, click your grading node, and you can either adjust this for your grade using your log wheels, or right-click your grade node and head down to LUTs and choose a LUT that suits your clip. adjust the parameters of your shadows, midtones, and highlights as needed. Okay, this looks pretty cool. Then you can always go back to your skin tone and refine your selection a bit more, because if you notice what's happening here, you can also soften it up a bit more. Then come back here to finesse the matte. Adjusting the luminance, saturation, and hue. Oh, now the whole thing is graded, but you don't want that. You want it looking natural. Just track this forward again. That's it, more or less, on how to do a no-fuss color grade in DaVinci Resolve 18. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe.